Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series, the 10th of August to 1991. 2001. If only wrestling was that good 20 years ago as it was 30 years ago. Anyway, we are moving towards the SummerSlam of that year of 91, and we are moving so episodically. Big Boss Man has an enhancement match here. I believe Barry Hardy is the adversary for the moment, and he gets a few shots in. Mountie does a inset promo from the I guess video wall, for lack of a better term, and punches by Boss Man, real basic stuff, headbutt, and other things. We're headed towards Mountie and Big Boss Man in a jailhouse match. A sidewalk slam is the end for this match, and Boss Man does a creative one-handed pin. Warrior and his his partner Hulk Hogan firing up just weeks away from the 3-on-2 match, War Made in Hell. And we go back, Beverly Brothers, Bo and Blake, alongside the coach, John Tolis. Tolis only here for about a month or two, really not effective. The Genius ends up taking over, managing them by pretty well after SummerSlam, probably by sometime in September. Anyway, hard shots, and the Beverly Brothers, I think, were trying to do a Midnight Express type thing, kind of looking similar, doing a lot of double team moves. I think that's what they were going for. I don't really know. I mean, they did the Rich thing. They had the manager. Anyway, basic shots, nothing too terribly major. And the greetings from Shaker Heights. Finish, spike to the guy. Poor enhancement talent in these situations. Bulldog and Steamboat and Tornado hype their six-man match at SummerSlam with the Warlord and Power and Glory. And, Big Bulldog talks about being the most powerful. Tornado talks about, learning to wrestle and having great partners, or learning to adapt to the new WWF, having great partners, and Dragon talks about breathing fire and being at his best and having great partners as well. Nasty Boys, not intimidated by the LOD, says they're going to take them to a whole nother level of fighting at SummerSlam. Knobs does the majority of talking alongside Jimmy Hart. Sags always has struck me as a guy who doesn't do as much talking. IRS makes his way out, several shots into the buckle, and a backdrop suplex or back suplex on the enhancement talent here. IRS going into a match with Greg Valentine, his first major high-profile match at the time, at least on a pay-per-view, or I'm not quite sure what he was doing with, say, prime time, because, well, I didn't get prime time at the time. We got cable in the summer of '92, and prime time was only around for a few months after that, so I missed the majority of prime time, which was really, really sad. Anyway, there is a Samoan drop finish called the write-off, and IRS gets a victory. British Bulldog makes his way out. Still kind of lacking a feud post his deal with the Warlord, and switching Mr. Perfect to Bret Hart to get the belt off of Perfect. Big body slam. I do wonder if Hart had been, or if Bulldog had been considered to take the belt at the time. I never did fully hear that story. Anyway, takeover by the Bulldog. Chin locks again, and I mean, a guy that the Bulldog's size and power, whenever he does slower moves like that, it just kind of makes me wonder if they really don't get it with him. Anyway, vertical suplex and the power slam. 1, 2, 3, and away we go. Obviously, a replay done there. Ted DiBiase continues to hype that Virgil is going to have to ride in a cab. He has no idea what he has coming for him. Bret Hart promises that being in the dungeon and years of perfecting his craft and wanting to be a singles champion is going to lead him to the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. The Nasty Boys out there doing an enhancement match here I've never really understood champions doing enhancement matches unless there's angles, but WWF does it. Punch kick and the pit stop by the Nasty Boys here. And then we see, them draping the enhancement talent over the bottom rope. LOD promises to take the Nasty Boys apart bit by bit and piece by piece in an inset promo. Big Irish whip and crushing in the corner with the big splash in the corner. Then we go and post that to a power slam, elbow drop combination, and obviously your tag team champions are victorious. We go to a graveyard scene that looks like it's out of a poor sea level movie. Jake Roberts says that the Warrior must confront his fear and basically eat his fear alive. That ends up being something that leads to the Warrior being buried up to his neck in dirt in a mock grave. Somehow this is supposed to make him tough, and they say this Thursday, so I assume there's some sort of SummerSlam special that the final part of that will finish off. Then we see Adnan and Slaughter and Mustafa all kind of going to promise to eliminate Hogan and the Warrior in the SummerSlam report. Hennig says he'll take care of Bret Hart as he has done everyone else. Coach is really pretty fired up about this. Did not know at the time how much pain Curt Hennig was in, but obviously in the years and months to come that is revealed. We hyped the jailhouse match between the Boss Man and the Mountie, and then we move to hyping a match that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Natural disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon versus the Bushwhackers with Andre the Giant. I think the main idea behind the match was A, get the natural disasters a pay-per-view win, and B, get Andre a payday for just having him on the pay-per-view, even if it's an extra $5,000 or $10,000. Anyway, Gino been trying to get us to order the pay-per-view, and then we go to an enhancement talent match for Ted DiBiase. DiBiase, wrestles around with the guy. Arm bars, arm locks, and the type shoulder tackle. I'm actually looking forward to doing Mid-South, which I think is the next thing I'm going to do after the Superstar series is complete, is the Mid-South Wrestling series. Because I'll get to see earlier Ted DiBiase, which I haven't seen before, which is going to be awesome. Anyway, shoulder clothesline and the diving forearm and the $1 Million Dream gets the victory for DiBiase. And obviously, DiBiase looks good going into SummerSlam. IRS promises to audit and eliminate Greg Valentine going into SummerSlam. The Boss Man he says he's going to manage to avenge the name of the Canadian Mounties. When an American officer wants to do that, that's probably not a good sign for how the Mountie Jacques Rougeau is coming across. Anyway, that is that for this particular episode. We'll be back with more right after this.